Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, dreamers, grinders, and even those just trying to survive the Monday blues, hello and welcome. Let me begin with a little truth we can all laugh about. Life is funny. And when I say funny, I don't mean haha funny. I mean the kind of funny that makes you shake your head and say, seriously? Again? One day, you're broke, single, eating instant noodles straight from the pot, sitting on a plastic chair that wobbles, and using your phone as a fan because your electricity was cut off. The next day, you're still broke, still single, but now the noodles are imported, and you're adding eggs and vegetables like you're on MasterChef. That's progress, my friend. Slow, hilarious progress. But in between all these comedic moments, there's something serious, something powerful. And today, I came to tell you something very real. Something that might just flip a switch in your mind and spark a new fire in your spirit. If you hear nothing else I say today, hear this. You're closer than you think. Yes, you, the one doubting yourself, second guessing your dreams, thinking the mountain is too tall or the road too long. You who's been trying so hard but feels like nothing is working. You're not as far as you think. In fact, you're probably just one more step, one more idea, one more all-nighter, or one more act of courage away from changing your entire life. But don't worry, I won't bore you like a high school history teacher reading from a textbook. This isn't school, this is life school. And in life school, there are no final exams, just lessons, challenges, and chances to become the version of you that you were always meant to be. So buckle up because we're just getting started. Why do so many people quit? Because the finish line looks so far. Because success seems like it's only for the lucky ones. Because they think, it's too late for me. Let me tell you something. If success was a person, it would probably be that friend who always shows up late, but still shows up. You just have to wait long enough. And keep working while you wait. You know what the problem is? Most people stop digging 3 feet before they strike gold. Not because gold wasn't there, but because they got tired. Imagine that. You spent years working hard, sweating, failing forward, and then one day you say, it's not working, so you quit. Meanwhile, the universe is up there like, dude, if you just tried one more time, your whole life would change. Let me give you a silly example. You're on a diet, right? You avoid carbs for a whole week. You say no to pizza, no to fries, no to your aunt's delicious samosas. You work out, you drink green tea, you stand on the scale after 7 days. No change. So what do? You eat cake. Then more cake. Then you say, maybe my body just loves fat. No, you were just one day away from seeing results. Life is exactly like that scale. It hides your progress until one day it just boom shows everything at once. You know the most difficult part of a marathon? It's not the beginning. It's not the middle. It's the last kilometer. Why? Because your body is screaming. Your mind is tired. You're sweating in places you didn't even know you had. But that last stretch, that final zone, that's where legends are born. Most people give up, not at the start, not in the middle, but right at the end when they were almost there. That's why I say, you're closer than you think. Sometimes, right before your biggest breakthrough, you'll experience your biggest breakdown. The storm gets rougher right before the sun rises. Why? Because life is testing you. It's saying, are you sure you want this? And you must answer with action, not just words. You ever seen a sign on the road that says, success 2 kilometers ahead? No, exactly. Success doesn't give you signs. There's no GPS for greatness. It doesn't say, take a left turn at Sacrifice Avenue, then merge onto the highway of hustle. No, it's confusing, it's random, it's full of detours and delays. But here's the trick. Even when it feels like you're lost, if you keep going, you'll find it. Sometimes the detour is the route. Let me tell you something else that'll make you laugh a bit. You ever tried assembling IKEA furniture without the instructions? That's life. You look at all these parts, dreams, failures, friends, disappointments, opportunities, and you're like, where does this piece go? But if you stay long enough, if you keep trying, even if it's messy, one day you look up and say, wow, I built something. We wait for big things, but forget that small wins mean we're almost there. You posted a video and got 10 views, that's 10 humans, not bots. You saved $100 this month, that's $100 more than before. You got 1 customer today, that's 1 person who believed in your vision. Celebrate it, that's proof you're on the right path. Don't say, it's only 10, say, if I can get 10, I can get 10,000. Remember, Apple started in a garage. Amazon started by selling books. Oprah got rejected. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. And me? I was rejected from KFC. But look at all of us now. You don't need to be great to start. You need to start and stay long enough to become great. People pray for a miracle, but when it comes, they ignore it because it looks like work. You ask God for a blessing. He sends you an opportunity. You say, no, I want a miracle. He says, that was it. You want to be fit? The gym is the miracle. You want to be rich? That boring business idea you keep ignoring is the miracle. You want love? That one healthy relationship you keep friend zoning. Miracle. Miracles don't come with glitter and fireworks. They come in ordinary packages because God wants to see if you'll recognize it before it shines. So maybe, just maybe the reason you feel stuck is because your miracle arrived and you're still waiting for another one. Let's be real. You've been alive for decades. What's 6 more months of grinding? You've watched 1,000 YouTube videos. Why not create one? You've spent years working for others. Why not build your own thing too? Time passes anyway, whether you hustle or not, whether you grow or not. But here's the twist. When you start moving with intention, results come faster than you expect. Most people think success is far away because they keep walking in circles. But the moment you walk in a straight line, focused, intentional, boom, acceleration. You're not as far as you think. You're just distracted. When you're closer to your goal, here's what happens. You start losing friends. That's because you're changing frequencies. You face more resistance. That's the final test. You feel more pressure. That's because diamonds are made this way. You get more ideas. That's your brain sensing the door is about to open. You become restless. That's your spirit saying, we're almost there. So don't take these signs as a curse. Take them as confirmation. You are not stuck. You are transforming. You are not too late. You are on time. You are not lost. You are closer than you think. Maybe you failed. So what? Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. It's the seasoning in the success soup. I failed more times than I can count. I got rejected, laughed at, ignored, and every time I thought, this is the end. But life said, nope, it's just a plot twist. You ever watched a movie where the hero wins too fast? Boring, right? That's why your life has struggled, so your story becomes legendary. You know why you feel far behind? Because you keep looking at someone else's life. Stop it. That's their race. This is yours. You can't compare your chapter 2 to someone's chapter 20. They might look successful now, but you don't know their journey. Some people just started earlier. That's it. And some people are just faking it better than you. So keep your eyes on your own path. And remember, you might not be ahead of them, but you're ahead of who you were yesterday. That's real success. You've come too far to give up now. Remember those sleepless nights, those risks, those sacrifices? They mean something. You've planted the seeds, now water them, don't dig them up. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep moving. Because every day you don't quit, you get one step closer. Imagine this. What if your breakthrough is just 7 days away, or 30, or 90? You're not a beginner anymore. You're a fighter, a survivor, a builder. And even if you can't see the destination, trust the direction. Say it out loud with me. I'm closer than I think. Say it again. I'm not finished yet. And one more. My time is coming. Because it is. And when it does, oh, they'll ask how you did it. And you'll smile and say, I almost gave up, but then I remembered. I was closer than I thought. Thank you. And don't forget to keep moving forward, even when it's slow, even when it's tough, because you're closer than you think.